I can't.
You said your parents were incompatible. In what way?
My mother's family were.
It's the 1940s. Britain is recovering from the war with Germany and Hitler. Hello, young man. Your mother's family weren't aristocrats by any means, but they've certainly had their share of good fortune. Cotton mills in Lancashire, homes in Cheshire.
My mother had a nanny she loved called Black Mary, and she was as black as coal.
A plantation in East Africa, and it's all we go and off to the dark continent.
My grandmother, she was Ruthie to us, with my grandpa, off on the ship to the plantation.
Well, what's this? A storm at sea.
She was a classical pianist, and her piano followed her everywhere, even to Africa.
Arriving in Kenya's 1930s white mischief crowd, infamous for infidelity, drug use, hedonism, and debauchery.
My grandpa ran off with another woman, the very grand and very married Phyllis.
So it's back to the old country they go. What happened to Ruthie, young man?
She lived a peripatetic life.
Playing in hotels and clubs with her Steinway.
And your grandpa and...
Phyllis. She missed those Kenyan mountains, so my grandfather bought a 15th century cottage on the side of a Welsh mountain, where they spent the rest of their days with their African ivory, African paintings.
And their dusty dreams of a colonial life under an African sun.
What about your father's family?
Every day, experiments are going on to discover ways of making rail transport quicker, cleaner, and more efficient. It's hard work, but it's steady work, for the railways have always had a good record over unemployment.
They worked on the railways. Trains.
As for the romance, well, it's still there, if you want to look for it.
It was a glamorous world for boys. Which boy wouldn't be excited?
Father's grandparents live in a workers' cottage, 2 up, 2 down. Let's walk inside. The front room, immaculate, ready for guests. The back parlour, though, is the centre of the family home. There's the coal fire, coal from the coal cellar, the hot coal glowing. There's 2 boys bathing in a tin bath.
A year of high endeavour and progress, a year crowned with success for the people of Great Britain.
Two different classes. Family disapproval.
Nanny, my father's mother.
Too la-di-da, your mother, putting on airs. I don't know what he sees in her except the bleeding obvious. Trollop. My boy could have done a lot better.
For my family, he simply wasn't good enough. Rich enough. It was a relief to get away from them and their sanctimonious carping. We moved to the country.